I asked for a mission, and for my sins they gave me one. You're either on the ride or off the ride. If you're not dedicated to the mission, go home. Hey, Todd Almighty here. Tips and hacks, I would say, for surviving the ICU. I'm going back to the ICU for some tests, and this is kind of everything I know to make your life just that much easier, how to prep for it, what to do right when you get to the ICU, and then, as you're there for whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or however long, I could end up hooked up for anywhere from a month to a year. So that's really what I'm kind of preparing for. So let's get into the tips. Before you go to the ICU, there's several things you can do. Believe it or not, wax. Especially if you're cardiac, you're going to be hooked fully up to monitors. Forgo the indignity of having a nurse shave you in a prep room prior to going into an OR. Have a day one pack ready to go. This contains your basic clothes that you're going to need, and you'll see what I bring here in a sec, as well as footwear and your basic electronics that you're going to need. 2 pairs of underwear, fleece pajama bottoms, extra heavy pajama bottoms, and a robe that only goes just below my waistline a little bit. These are from Dude robes. I like them. They're heavy duty. Shoes, very important. Walking around the ward, Crocs, easy on, easy off. Getting in and out, an easy slip on. I've never tied those laces. They're wide enough and tall enough. They can fit my feet. I slide into them. The laces don't drag on the ground. Essential electronics. All right. Laptop, check. Phone, a must. I bring a mouse, a game controller, noise canceling headsets. Highly recommended for the hospital situation when you want to block out all the beeps and buzz. Composition books, 99 cents at Walmart. That's a brand new one. I've already got one going, and it's essential. All my thoughts, ideas, outlines for any videos, they're all in those. All my van designs were done. Composition book. 2 short sleeve shirts. I prefer cotton because I can actually sleep in it like a pajama top, but you can't get regular pajama tops anymore, it seems. So the reason, they have pockets, and I can use scissors and cut the inside of it such that electrodes that come into the shirt go out the shirt and connect to my chest. That way I look stylish and I'm not walking around in the damn Johnny with my butt showing to the world. Tonight is 2 days before, so yeah, I'm going to treat myself. I got a nice rack of lamb that I'll do out on the grill that I got. Wednesday night before I go in, I'm going to do some Asian dumplings in a very, very light broth. I like to go in pretty lean. You don't want a heavy meal. The night before, you do not want to have like the big steak, especially if you think you're going to be going under anesthesia. Get your mindset ready for when you go into the ICU. A key aspect of that is just a constant reminder to yourself to be kind. Be kind to everyone, whether it's, orderlies, nurse assistants, medical students in the OR. I had it all, especially the nurses. These are the people that are your lifeline, literally. Be super kind to everyone. You're in a bad place. You're uncomfortable. You're probably even pissed off, which I do get at times. But I'm never pissed at the staff or the nurses in that. Second real phase of this is you're done in the OR. and they've rolled you up to the ICU/CCU, and immediately when you get there, you're going to be inundated by the nurse. It's pretty much one-on-one. Worst case, one nurse to 2 patients if one of them's really stable. As they're finishing their stuff up, have everything moved from one side to the other. In my case with a cath, I know it's going to be on the right side because that's how they get to the heart. So I know I'm moving everything over to my right side. So the cuff, the oxygen, that'll all go over to the right. Then I have full mobility. I can actually now get out of bed in case I need to use the restroom. Know where your pee bottle is. This is more for the dudes because I'm a dude. They're going to measure everything that goes into you and everything that comes out of you. So if you don't like peeing into a big bottle and you've got to go into the toilet, well, you're stuck. You got to use the bottle, know where that sucker is, make sure it's handy. Pain management. Like I say, it's really busy right when you get to the ICU, but at some point you're going to go, wow, my neck really hurts, or whatever. It's going to hurt. Communicate about pain. They have the scale. Is it a 1 through 10? 10 being the worst pain. I'm kind of weird where it's like, wow, I've been through a hell of a lot of really bad, painful things. So I tend to end up a little on the low side. I got to be careful of that. If you're like, hey, yes, I have pain in my neck, it's like 3-4, you're going to get Tylenol. I avoid narcotics. Narcotics make you not poop. Power strip. This might seem like overkill. You're going to have your computer, you got your phone, I've got my noise canceling headsets which take a charge. So that's 3 devices right there. I'm not even counting camera gear, GoPro, my handheld, none of that. This is all just day one stuff. You're gonna have to plug it in instead of having trip cords running all over the place. I literally had a cord going from an IV central station wrapped around my IV pole to my laptop. Not good. Run that power strip underneath the bed. I can plug everything in that's near bedside right there. I can hide the wires under the bed. Awesome. As much as I love Ace Hardware, don't go and get like the cheapo little one. Go to a good store that gets an electronics power protector, surge protector. I go to Best Buy. I get the Insignia brand, which is pretty reasonable. Yes, it's going to run you $25-30. Learn how to clear certain annoying beeps. There's ones that are okay to clear and others that are not okay, but if it's a not okay one, that's going to the nurse's station. Okay? There is a monitoring, part of your monitoring system is hooked up to something on your IV pole that needs to be level with your chest. Okay? If you're sitting in bed, it's up medium height. Okay? If I'm standing and walking around the hallway, I need to raise that, otherwise it starts beeping at you. If I'm laying down in bed, it needs to be lowered such that when I'm reclined, it's even with where my heart is. If not, it just beeps incessantly. Learn how to fix it. I know that when I receive IVs, whether it's LASIK or some other treatment, I know that when the IV's done, it'll keep beeping at you saying IV done, IV done, IV done. I learned how to clear it. Oxygen sensors. There's various things. You get used to what it is. The beeping will drive you insane. If it's an emergency beep, it goes to the nurse's station. Check with your nurse. Always communicate with your nurse. Hey, I know that when the IV finishes, it's going to beep at me. Is it okay if I just press the clear button to get rid of the beep and then let you guys know? And they will usually almost say yes. You're going to have a thought at some point, it would be great to have a shower. My recommendation, one, you're not going to be able to shower typically. That's not for several days, depending on what state you're in. You can, however, ask the nurse for a washcloth. I use some hyperallergenic soap, which I'll grab here in a sec. And I use that and a washcloth. Freshen up. Spend some time in the morning, spend some time in the afternoon. Just that little freshen up really is a game changer. Helps your mind, helps you feel better, because you just don't want to sit around in funk. Vanicream products. This company's out of actually Rochester, Minnesota. They're probably somehow affiliated with Mayo. I've seen these in New Mexico, New Hampshire. They make shampoos. They're great. CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleaner. These are all very, very hypoallergenic, and I really recommend that. They're gentle on your skin, so take good care of your skin. Walk. They're going to ask you sometimes, do you want to get up out of bed? Get sitting up, get standing up, make sure you have your bearings depending on how extensive the procedure was. Could be lightheaded. Make sure you're stable, but get up and walk. That keeps you moving. It's good for your circulation. I know it's tough, especially if you've had, I think it was sternotomy. If they cut into your chest, that one's a tough one. And you're not going to want to walk. Walking to the door may be all you make. But I was always known for doing laps. I would drive them nuts because they could see my heart rate rising, post surgeries. And it's because I'm walking laps around. Because guess what? You don't get out of the ICU until you poop. And walking helps you poop. The kitchen staff at Mayo St. Mary's is quite good. They give you a lot of options. You learn very quickly what's good, what's bad, what you can and cannot do. If you're cardiac, you're going to be low sodium and probably on a fluid intake restriction, so make those things count. Salt, you are no sodium. You can get pepper, and you can get salt substitute. And it's like, oh my God, what's this going to be? Oh, it's going to be MSG, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Put all that aside. Basically, what they're giving you is Dash. I've got two of them. I've got the table blend and the Italian medley. They're almost the same ingredients, just a little bit different. But I mean, literally, when I go through this sucker, and this is really hard to read, dried onion, black pepper, red pepper, parsley, basil, marjoram, oregano, thyme, mustard, cumin, rosemary, I think I already said that, dried garlic, orange peel, dried carrot, dried tomato, dried red bell pepper, lemon juice powder, citric acid, oil of lemon. I did not hear any chemicals when I read through that. This stuff it's great. Between this and a little bit of cayenne, or I like hot paprika. With those, I don't use salt. I'm good. The menu's quite varied, especially at the Mayo. It's literally room service. You call up on your phone, you order it, you do it it's usually a 1 hour wait. So know that that's what it's going to be. Oh, I like to eat at 7 p.m. It's like, all right, you call it by 6 p.m. You got to make your call, get your order in. Okay, so there you have it. Todd's tips and hacks for surviving the ICU. I truly hope you never, ever have to use them. But whether it's you or a loved one and you're going to have a trip through there, I hope that some of these mix and match. Find what works for you. It's the silliest little things that will keep you sane. You will get upset. You will get into your room post-op, and there comes that time period where loved ones leave, and that's a distraction, and you can only distract yourself so much with TV. You kind of look around and you think, how did I end up here? And you got to keep faith in yourself, your loved ones, And remember everything everybody's pulling for you. Another extra tip, hospital, okay, the hospital bed is not fun, and their blankets really, really suck. I bring my own fleece, and I really like this because it's soft, and it's mine.
You're bringing your blankie.
It's not a blankie, I'm an adult, it's a fleece.
You mean your whoopee?
It's not a whoopee!